welcome to Carolina Sculpture Studio. My name's Clint Button and I'm a granite sculptor. This is the next installment of panel production. Started showing the plumb blocks, now we're working on the perimeter of the border of this panel. Started by marking my border. Of course I cut past it so that I wouldn't have any damage to it. And the first thing this morning I went around after I marked it and cut a check or a stop cut all along this red line. And now I'm just working it in, same process. Leave it in the saw, push it back with the 9-point, and which I like to do, prefer over using the chisel because the chisel it may break and dig on the edge. We don't want that. And then we're smoothing it off, and then this is the axe, and it's pretty close. So we'll blend that all. And this isn't a really deep Scotia on the edge. It's pretty flat. We're trying to make something more retain and underwater. That's what the client wanted, so we wanted to recess front, so that's what we're working on. And keep working, and this should come together pretty quick. And we can match. Axe all the background here, level, blend it in, Scotia around the edge, and then it'll be time to start carving on flowers. Okay, I got everything stripped out. Just rough the edge out, top and bottom. This is a pretty, if this was a regular niche, that'd be a fail. That's not the kind of Scotia you put on a regular niche because it should have a straight drop on the edge. This is the way cheap carvings often look. But the point with this project is that because it's going to be installed in this position, we don't want it to hold any great amount of water. Customer wanted it cut back, but we'll see. So that's the way it looks now. Got to work on axe in the center, get it all blended, get it all down to depth, and all put together, and it'll be time to start carving tulips. Okay, now we're working on this panel. I use plumb blocks a little bit as I need to double check stuff from one side to the other across the entire stone. But for this, because we can use a regular straight edge that will span the border, I can use that to measure a plumb depth and get this all into shape. So with the raking light, this lamp push down low, shows across the ground or the background of the niche. You can see I've got spots that are marked here. Now I'll work on tuning this all up, pushing back here, working back with the 9-point, get it within 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll start scraping. Get this all pushed back. Okay, I'm going to stop and show you something that it's just part of doing the job. And this is where people that are new may fail or screw up. One of the things you got to learn real early on doing this work is that you need to learn you can't carve yourself, you can't dig yourself out of the hole. I'm not down to final depth yet. I'm close, but I'm not there. And you can see where this is axed and this is pretty smooth. But right here, it's a little low. And right here, it's a little low. Now, the tendency for someone new to this would be to take, whether it was a 9-point or a chisel, and smooth that up. Don't do it. That's the wrong way to do it. What you need to do is you need to leave that depth alone. Don't touch it. You need to work everything else around it down to that level. That'll save you material, because this is still in spec, but if I push down to that and I stun the stone at all below the desired depth, then I'm going to end up having a hole that's too deep, and you don't want that. And you don't ever want to surrender volume when you don't have to. So that's one of the big assets of having a raking light, a light that comes at very shallow angles across your stone, because it'll show you all your lines, it'll show you all your pits, and it'll show you when you've resolved them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth this all down just with a scraper. I'm going to axe it in a crosshatch pattern. I can do this at the end, and if I scrape all the tools, like tool marks like that, and do my final axing with the light, it'll make these jump out if I haven't resolved them. But as it is, I want to leave it because I want to see them. So I'll just keep working this, you know, in my crosshatch pattern. Get this all dressed off really nice, and make sure that this final depth right here is not deeper than what I want it to be. Then if I need to push it back a little more, I will. But that'll give me a nice panel that I can still inspect. And because this raking light shows everything, it makes this proud center very easy to see for me to work pretty fast. So I can just check my depth with a straight edge and a ruler. So just wanted to point that out. That's one of the biggest pitfalls of anybody doing panels or finishing work, is that they'll try to dig themselves out of a hole. We'll do it as a sculptor or a carver sometimes too, but when you're doing a panel like this, that's a real problem. So don't do it. Okay, we got good progress to show. Went ahead and just sorted it around the perimeter of the panel. Now I'll push the center back. 99% of the work was done with just a pair of scrapers. Get a little more dig on the curved one and the flat one to smooth everything out. So we'll work on the Scotias after everything's done, but it's hope it looks familiar. Same process. Establish your depths and then do it in several spots and connect the dots and just work your way around. Now I don't like to split the middle on something like this when I'm finishing it. I'd rather work in, take off a corner, take off a corner, take off a corner, take off a corner, and progressively move in. If I put a stripe down the center like I did before when I was high, if I tip that plane at all, I could have a low side. I'm going to push the whole panel back to clear that up. So by doing this and then knocking corners off and just reducing it into the center, staying a little up on the interior edge, I'll still have a tiny bit of crown. Then I can have it all smoothed off and it'll just wrap right up and be great. I'll also take my light at the end. I'm not going to worry too much about the Scotias, the edges. You can see there's some spots where the stop cut is still there. But until I get the carving done and the Scotia all developed around the edge of the stone, there really isn't any reason to go crazy about this, because what'll happen, you'll do all that work, you'll get 90% of the Scotia done around the edge, you get a little dig, and you have to push it all back a 1/16 or something to clean it up. You might as well do all that at once when you're in the groove and flying along, and it'll come out better. So it's pretty close. We'll put a little more video here on the end, but we're just about done with this portion of the panel production video. And because after this, after I scrape that center off, we'll be moving on to carving. So once again, my name's Clint Button here at Carolina Sculpture Studio, showing you about panels. And we'll get just a little bit more video here in a second. And now we've got a panel. Now this isn't finished, but it's pretty well put together. You can see it's late day. I'm running out of light because the light's overwhelming the stone. If I block the light with something to create a shadow, you can really read it. See all the axing, but it's not perfect. But this is good work to save for when you're tired at the end of the day. You need something to do after you've been carving on floral or something else. So this is good enough, and now it's time to start on the flowers. So once again, this is how you do a panel. My name's Clint Button here at Carolina Sculpture Studio, and thanks for stopping by.